What is up, guys? It is Christ, and we are back with another video. Welcome back to the Angra Angels Cry album reaction. This is going to be the final episode, and quickly, before we get into the video, I do want to apologize for not uploading. I want you guys to check out the comments. I will have a pinned comment down in the comment section below letting you guys know why I hadn't uploaded in pretty much 2 weeks. I hadn't uploaded Angra in like 2 weeks. So I do apologize, but there will be an official explanation. It's just too long of one. I'll probably have to do a one for each of the main days I have, as well as just like a status update on YouTube in general. There's a lot of things going on, and a lot I can't get into without it being a very long video. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and finish up Angra Angels Cry. And the first song we have is called Streets of Tomorrow. And I don't really know what this is about, so we're going to listen to it first, and then we're going to dive into a lyrical analysis afterwards. So without further ado, let's check it out. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Switching up the drum pattern. Really enjoy all the different transitions and progressions. This is an awesome song. Ooh, the bass section, I like that. Excellent solo. Got a Dream Theater vibe going. Oh my gosh, I love this. Ooh, yes.
When you're
Holy crap. Towards the end there, I'm gonna be real with you guys, 100% honest. I forgot who I was listening to. There was a section, there was an instrumental section, and right afterwards, I forgot that I was listening to Angra, and for some reason, I thought it was Dream Theater for a second. Um, Holy crap. He sounded, Andre sounded absolutely amazing in this song. They all did. I've been really becoming a fan of progressive metal and rock and just progressive music in general. And I loved all of the transitions and the time signatures that were in this song. There was so many of them, and I loved that drum beat that they also played at the end there, where they would play it for a measure and then they'd switch it up and they'd play the snare and then the bass on the off beat, which gave it a really unique sort of feel to it. I love it when drummers change it up like that. Really, really, really enjoyed this song. There were so many amazing riffs in here. It was a little bit heavier than Angra has done normally, which I really, really appreciated. And this was definitely one of my favorite songs on the record. I'm hesitant to say top three simply because there's two more songs, but this one's gonna be tough to beat. Like this one, I'm gonna be honest, is probably the favorite one that I've heard so far on the album. Um, I've really, really, really enjoyed this one. Of course, there's classics like "Carry On," and I really liked Wuthering Heights. Sorry, I mispronounced it. I would say that those two so far are my favorite. Although "Time" and "Angels Cry" are also really good. But this whole album is really good. I think there's only one song I didn't like as much as the others so far. So this album so far is really, really good. Um, And the next song we have is going to be Evil Warning, but well, first we need to get into a lyrical analysis. Um, we'll see if I can. It's one of those ones where it's kind of vague in what it means, and so I don't know if I'm going to be able to uh, sort of interpret what he's trying to say here. Um, Hopefully I do. If I don't, I don't. So, so it says days of pounding emptiness. Now, this could mean a bunch of different things. This could mean he feels empty inside, or this could mean that he is putting a lot of effort into something and then it just turns out empty. For example, like putting in a lot of effort towards a job, but then you don't really get anything out of it. And it says, just so far away, no regret, to live beside the danger. Just so far away. I don't really know what this is referring to. I could always come back to sort of the poverty thing that's sort of an ongoing theme in the album, but I don't really know if it is. It says running out of carelessness, still unlinked to the tips of a bridge that gets no one to nowhere. Yeah, this is one that's going to be kind of hard to interpret. You guys are definitely going to have to help me with this one. Give me some clarification. That would be great in the comments. Um, Let me see. Yeah, this is one where I don't really know what it's talking about, and I'm having a really difficult time sort of comprehending what he's trying to say here. Um, if you guys could help me with that in the comments, that would be amazing. There's times where I get it, sometimes I don't. A lot of times it'll take me a few listens to, otherwise, uh, or other times it'll be like I have to actually research the song more in depth than I normally do, and those are times you can't really do in a reaction video, so I do apologize. So I guess we'll move on to Evil Warning. So this is going to be the second to last song on the album. Let's go ahead and get started.
time to believe in the dream that is seen in the world that is broken and mean. One day the sun it will shine for us all. Take the freedom that you have foreseen.
I really like the classical instruments. I actually think that's a banjo.
around. It's our betrayal, coming in from the dark. Evil warning, you're much too fast and much too high. No time to worry. It's over, no more remaining time to cry and feel the pain. In the morning, you stagger up to start the fight. It gets so lonely with no foresight until one day.
Ooh, I like the backup vocals.
Until the end.
Yeah, it's definitely a banjo. Ooh. Come on. Get a little bit proggy towards the end of the record. I love it. Oh, yes.
Time to believe in the dream that is seen in the world that is broken and mean. One day the sun it will shine for us all. Take the freedom that you have foreseen. Time to believe in the dream that is seen in the world that is broken and mean. One day the sun it will shine for us all. Take the freedom that you have foreseen. Evil warning. You're much too fast and much too high. No time to worry. It's over, no more remaining time to cry and feel the pain. Run, don't wait for the sun, 'cause it's certain
Holy crap. That was also a really good song. I am definitely gonna have to pick up this record. Every single song on it has been absolutely amazing. Um, this song was definitely no different. This one was definitely more upbeat than the last one. Um, ugh. Sorry, I'm recording this past midnight. This one was definitely, I think, a little more upbeat than the last one, but it definitely had a really, really cool proggy section. Um, and one thing that I did notice is the last two songs, and I'm assuming maybe the last one as well, but it looks like they're having a little bit more uncommon time signatures at the end here. I really enjoy that. It's something I wish I heard from them more often. I really liked the album. What was that? Aurora Consurgence, because of the different sort of progressive nature that it had to it. There was definitely a lot of songs on it that had it. I don't know if I've done a reaction to that. Yes, I have. I've done a reaction to the entire album, I believe. And it definitely had a lot of proggy sections as well. And that's something I really like. Um, However, I think I prefer. Um, I'm so sorry. I prefer the previous one over this one. But this one was also a really, really good song. Um, I really enjoyed the double bass sections that it had, as well as these sort of it had a banjo in it, I believe. It had a lot of uncommon sort of instruments in there in this song, which is what I really really enjoyed the most. It had a really cool solo as well too. The solo was definitely really good. Loved the ending as well. Overall, the song was really really good. I really enjoyed it. Uh, Andre's singing is amazing as always. May he rest in peace. Um, and let's look and see. So I was kind of like trying to understand what this was, like throughout the song, and the main thing I have taken away from this um, is don't hold on to regrets. Is essentially what the chorus is about. Um, Either that or slow down and pay attention. For example, it says, "You're much too fast and much too high. No time to worry. It's over. No room more remaining time to cry and feel the pain." So this kind of seems like a person was reckless, and because they were reckless and ignorant, they got hurt, and they realized just how not immortal they were. I guess is what I basically take away from this. And it says, in the morning, you stagger up to start the fight. You get so lonely with no foresight until another day. Um, what this could mean is he kind of learned the lesson the hard way. He ended up getting hurt and stuff, and so he realized that he wasn't indestructible, and so he I guess basically has to live life with the consequences is what I sort of get out of the chorus. However, it doesn't really make sense with the that theory doesn't really make sense with the rest of the song. Um, the first verse said, well, the first I guess the introduction says, "Time to believe in the dream that you've seen. In a world that is broken and mean, one day the sun it will shine for us all. Take the freedom that you have foreseen." So maybe this is talking about when he was and young and innocent. He saw the world through rose-tinted glasses, through that childlike innocence that most of us had when we were growing up. And then as he becomes older, he realizes that the world is definitely not like that. And then not only is it not like that, but he decides he wants to try and make a difference. The person in this song wants to make a difference. They want to see that future that they envisioned as a child. Is another thing I can sort of take away from this. Um, so overall, there's some like good meanings. I could also be way off in terms of interpretation. Please let me know if I am. I definitely want to do right. But yeah, overall, it looks like there's definitely a lot of different things going on in this song. Basically, basically things about regret and wanting to create the world that you envision it to be instead of what it actually is. I guess is another thing I sort of take away from this song. Overall, really, really good song. Really enjoyed this one. And I guess now we're going to be checking out Lasting Child. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out.
Years gone by, the glowing sun shines so bright. Lasting child remains inside. May the
I think it's a ooh. Really like the sort of ominous atmosphere this song is setting. Really like the first section of the song, how it had a sort of ominous sort of style to it. Now this is definitely more upbeat, kind of like the storm has cleared sort of style that I hear. Really enjoyed this section. Why does this sound so familiar? I love almost the medieval style it has right here. I really enjoy this. Fading out? Really enjoyed that section. Is it over?
I save money with.
Was that it? I was waiting for them to come back out of that instrumental section. Huh. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make sure that I need to make sure that this was actually the full song and that I'm not just. Because I see something. The reason it makes me think that wasn't it is because on Angra's official page there's a video that says "Lasting Child 1, the parting words, and 2, the Renaissance." So I'm gonna flip through this and see if this. I've already heard it, I guess. I guess I've heard. Why does this say something about Holy Land right here? Hmm. Okay. I guess we'll look at the comments. Okay, I guess that was the end. It seemed kind of anticlimactic, even. I don't know. Really strange to me that they would choose to. Hmm. Okay, so I guess that was the end of Lasting Child. For some reason, I thought there was like a two-part song or something. I guess that's the way it was supposed to end. It was a really cool ending, although I didn't expect it. I just expected something more, which is why I guess I was kind of confused there. Um, Overall, really good song. I like the beginning piano part and how it slowly changed into this ominous style. Um, it definitely had some ominous like keyboard playing as well as guitar and it definitely used a lot of minor chords, sort of setting, making you feel kind of like um, not at ease. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. And then I liked how it sort of faded out, and then they had that sort of classical style of guitar playing, as well as like a small symphony. I don't know if that was a violin, a flute, a trombone. I don't know exactly what it was, but it sounded really, really cool. Um, it's been a long time since I've listened to Carolina 4 and Holy Land. Maybe it is linked. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section down below. Um, but really, really enjoyed this song. Um, although I don't think it had as much diversity as the previous two that we've checked out today. Okay, let's look and see what this says. Years gone by, awake again, in a glowing star that shines so far. So maybe this is him waking up. I don't think it's in a coma. I think it's just sort of waking up and then realizing how many years have gone by, and he's looking up at the night sky. Is essentially what I see this. It says, "Lasting child remains inside, playing around, a future denied. High overhead, dusk is in sight." Um, so it definitely, yeah. So glowing star that shines so far. I think that's actually the moon. Um, so maybe dusk is in sight. Maybe it's right before dusk or right after dusk. I'm not sure. Uh, not quite sure. All I know is that it looks like he is sort of um, looking back at his life. There you go. There you go. He's sort of looking back at his life, looking back at his childhood, and just I guess reminiscing over the years that have gone by. That's sort of what I get out of the first verse. He says, "Fumbling through the mist, lingering around." So uh, maybe he's like his vision's kind of obscured. Maybe there's some stuff going on that's causing his vision to be sort of reduced. And the chorus says, "Blow, carrying winds, take me high, where I can see the hidden lights that blinked far beyond." Um, what could this be referring to? The hidden lights, I think, could refer to one of two things. It could either be referring to, um, it can either be referring to cities that he cannot see, and so he wants to look at them. He's trying to get high enough to see them, or it could be referring to the actual stars, which is, I think, the more likely scenario. But he says, "Blow, carrying winds, take me high, where I could see the hidden lights that blink far beyond." So I think he could actually. I don't think he's in a plane. I think he's just sort of wishing that he could get up above the clouds and that kind of see, or something like that. I think this is actually more referring to stars, now that I think about it. That's a repeat of the chorus. And then it says, "And then a painted dream, colors that melt inside slender frames. There I'll stand, there I belong." So what exactly is this verse about? A painted dream, colors that melt inside slender frames. So he's obviously talking about a picture here, a painting. Um, there I'll stand, there I'll belong. I don't really know what this is about. This could definitely be linked to Holy Lands, but I don't know. I don't think so. Um, I actually brought up the lyrics to like sort of to Holy Land to look up, and I didn't really have anything come up. So, um, I don't know what verse 2 is about. You guys will have to let me know. Maybe he is maybe he captured like sort of his vision, what he wanted to see in a picture. So maybe he was painting a picture in the song. I'm not sure. All I know is that the verse 2 kind of is not really as clear as the other parts. I sort of get the other parts. He's looking up at the night sky, sort of pondering his existence, looking back at the years, and wishing that he could be up in the stars. And so I think that's sort of like an escape from reality, temporary escape from things that are going on around you, I guess, is sort of what I could get out of this. Overall, really, really cool song. Really enjoyed the more classical section at the end there. and I definitely enjoyed this album overall. Um, I will say right now that my top three so far. Let me bring up the track list again. This is sort of the review section of the album. I would have to say that by far the favorite songs that I've heard. We're not going to count "Wuthering Heights." I believe someone told me that song was actually a cover. So if that's true, then I guess my favorite three would be "Carry On," "Angels Cry," and then "Streets of Tomorrow." Yeah, those are the three favorites that I have. "Carry On" is obviously an amazing song. Um, about no matter what kind of circumstances come your way, you need to overcome them. You need to carry on from those circumstances. Angels Cry is about child poverty in his nation, which absolutely broke my heart to hear about. And then Streets of Tomorrow is one that I'm not really sure what it's about, but I love the composition of that song. It's absolutely amazing. Um, Overall, I am definitely going to be buying this album. I think this is actually the first Angra album I'm going to commit to and buy. I've listened to several albums. I think I've listened to Aurora Consurgens. I've listened to Rebirth. And I need to get Rebirth too. Rebirth was awesome. I loved Rebirth. Um, and then Angels Cry, definitely. I'm going to have to definitely get Angels Cry. Um, so yeah, that's what I think of the album so far. I think it is a really good album. I would have to rate it. Um, I can't rate it anything other than a 5. It was perfect. I loved everything that they were going for in this album. There wasn't really a single song that I remember that I didn't like. Every single song I remembered had a very good message behind it and had a very good composition to back it up. Andre is an absolutely amazing musician. Kiko is an absolutely amazing guitarist, and Raphael, I believe, is his name. Is also, I think he's the other guitarist. I'm not sure. But both of those are absolutely amazing. Um, so I think that this album is definitely one of my favorites that I've heard by them. I would actually place it first. I think Rebirth was second, and then Aurora was third. I don't remember. Have I done Aurora? I could have sworn I have. Um, oh, we got the Temple of Shadows too as well. That's definitely third. Rebirth, I think I liked a little bit more though, simply because of the diversity. I do apologize. I'm stumbling on words. It's like 12:30 right now at night. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Really enjoyed this album, and it's just an absolute tragedy that Andre Matos is no longer with us. I hope I'm not butchering that. Um, when I first listened to Angra, I believe the first song was I can't remember if it was an Andre. I think the first song I had reacted to was Temple of Hate. So I don't think it was either Temple of Hate or Spread Your Fire. So I think it was actually Edu that my first experience was by. But Andre is definitely the favorite of the two that I've heard so far. Even though I really enjoy Edu as well. And it's just an absolute tragedy that like this person is no longer among us, and it's something that I've had lingering in the back of my mind ever since I've started doing this album reaction. Something that is definitely has definitely got me down. You can't really escape it, especially since uh, he was the founder and he was loved by so many different people. It's You're never going to escape, I guess, what happened. No matter no matter how many years go by, you're always going to be reminded of that simply because of uh, you get attached to vocalists. You get attached to the things that they tell you. You get attached to bands. And I'm looking, even though like Angra wasn't my most favorite, or it's not really a band I listened to the most. I'd be lying if I said that his death didn't affect me. There's been bands where I've only heard a couple of songs by, but their death affected me in a really big way. And Andre definitely is um, has definitely impacted me um, in a very big way, in a bigger way than I've let show. Part of the reason why I didn't react to them for so long was because of that, and because I knew that I was going to get emotional, possibly cry. Um, I've sort of gotten over it now, but it's always going to be lingering there in the back of my mind that the tragedy that happened, that this kind, gentle soul is no longer with us, and he. Only thing I could say is angels cried, angels wept over his death. I guess is uh best way I could put it. Kind of cheesy, but it's still true at the same time. He had one of the most angelic voices I've ever heard. Um, I don't really want to say too much more simply because I'm getting myself down and depressed just thinking about this. I don't normally like to dwell on this type of stuff, and so yeah, I'm gonna quit talking about this now. Um, Thank you guys so much for watching. Before I end this video, I do have to say though, if it's not in the pinned comment section, that I need to address it now. There is a circumstance that has been going on in my house that is going to be an ongoing circumstance. I should have seen it coming. I mean, I did see it coming. I just didn't have the, I guess, the intelligence to sort of um, prepare accordingly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Um, well, the circumstance I'm not really going to get into, but I am going to be unable to record except for at night, very late at night, may I add that. And so album reactions for every single band, including Dream Theater, Angra, and Megadeth, are going to be on hold. I'm going to finish up the Dream Theater one, and then I'm going to not be doing them for a while. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I'll get into it. I'm just going to upload a video. I may cut this, I may not. Um, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and rest in peace, Andre. You will be missed.